Coach, this is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Rams.
Watch the screen.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Green brings it in. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 16.
He's checking.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Aaron Donald's secret, if there is one, to his play, his ability to contort his body in such a way that you can't get a good, clean block on him. He slides through holes and slides past blockers and makes plays just as we saw there.
On second down, Eckler. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job, to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Out of the gun, Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into third and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So that changes things. Here's first and 10 all the way up at the 45.
Check. He's coming. Hey, He's coming. Double up. Motion.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check. Check. Hot. 9.
Throwing again is Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know the thought process?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. 12. Mike 41. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now gone. And the pressure gets to him again. Yannick Ngakoue picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
3rd and long. It's gone. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They started on the ground with Eckler. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
If you kill it, motion me out. Check. Put the boy down. He's coming. Check. Down and go.
This is a counter play. Eckler. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Now a toss play to Eckler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now it's Watson. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Texans football to start quarter 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. Chargers continue to pull away. They have opened that lead up even further. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they're showing improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the toss, it's Gurley. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Hey, you got 3.
Out of the gun, gone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Hey, watch it. Check, 53's Mike. Check, 53's Mike. Off. Rebound. Let's go. And we got Mike.
After the interception, here's Watson. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
53 is the Mike. Let's go one more. Mike, 53.
From the gun, here's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. There to make the tackle, Samson Ebukam.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Check. 53 to Mike. 53. Check, 53. Ryan, 53 to Mike. 53.
From the 25 on second down. Watson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And this is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Watson to throw again. Screenplay, Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
For it, and he will. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down, and inside the 5-yard line.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side.
36. Begin. Switch hands left. Get the boy down. He's coming.
From the gun, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 8-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's bring it.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. He's at the 50, 30, 10, touchdown LA. Todd Gurley, 92 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Now Eckler. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running on first down, Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 29-yard line.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 59.
On second and 12, Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Watch twist.
After the interception, here's Gall. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the